Welcome to God of Life. This is Will Sanchez. Thank you for tuning in. I have three very special guests today. Two brothers and a dad. Edwin Guzman and his younger brother, Brian Guzman, and their father, Rafael. They are all runners with the Queen Distance Runners. Indeed, Rafael's daughter and wife also run for Queen's Distance Runners. It's a modern-day family affair. I'm thrilled to have the Guzmans.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start by congratulating you, Rafael. I understand in about 3 weeks, a very special anniversary, the 30th wedding anniversary, right?
Yes, thank you. Ay, me siento muy feliz porque en 3 semanas estoy festejando con mi esposa y estoy feliz por mis 3 hijos.
What's the name of your wife?
Lupita.
Great. So congratulations on that. Before we talk about Queen's Distance, and you guys are, the family that runs together with Queen's Distance, let's introduce each of you. I'm going to start with you, Edwin, to our audience. Edwin, tell us where you were born and something about your growing up years.
Sure. I was born in Puebla, Mexico. I arrived here when I was 3 years old, and I've been living here in Queens all my life. So joining Queen's Distance Runners is kind of obvious. So I grew up in Corona, Queens. I grew up with my parents working a lot, and I was in school. That's pretty much all I did. Just try to stay in school, do as much as I possibly could, and then I grew up just learning that I had to work hard for what I wanted to get in life.
Okay. When you say you went to school, I think you went to City College, right?
I did go to City College.
What did you major in?
I majored in computer science and psychology.
Why 2 majors?
I had a full scholarship from the Macaulay Honors
Excellent.
College, and I first majored in computer science because that was my passion growing up, just programming and mathematics and computers. And then later on, I found out that they were giving me an extra year as a full paid tuition, and I took advantage of that, and I studied psychology because there's an overlap, a minor overlap between psychology and computer science, which is like artificial intelligence, neural networks, and a lot of neuroscience, and I was really interested in that.
Oh, interesting. So you had a 5-year scholarship. That's very cool. And congratulations on taking full advantage of that. That's interesting. I didn't realize that interconnection with psychology, especially with artificial intelligence, which is now the hottest topic around. Now, after college, you had to decide on what to do, professionally. So what was the process for that?
I had a few years in limbo where I was working as a freelancer, about 2 years, and then after that, I stepped up my game, and then I started applying to bigger companies, and one of the companies was the New York Public Library, which I currently work at now. I've been working there for 4 years, and it's a great place to work.
Great. So what do you do there?
I'm a software developer at the library.
Oh, so what kind of software is it? Is it open base? Is it Java? I mean, I don't know. Tell us.
Sure. I work on the main website, which is nypl.org, but I also work on other public open source and digital assets that we have. So we have different images, photographs, collections, and a lot of other resources. We're not just books, so we have a lot of different resources that we offer New Yorkers, and my job entails just providing a way for everybody to get easy access to that.
What are some of your notable achievements at the New York Public Library?
Professionally, I am very interested in code quality and how I manage code and optimize code. So there's been a lot of parts of the website that I've taken on. We have 92 locations, so one of the projects was revamping the whole, how we get to all the locations in the city. Recently, we worked on a partnership with the MTA and Transit Wireless, where we're providing free ebooks. Once you log into the system, because now the MTA is offering free Wi-Fi, once you log in, they redirect you to a site that we made where we offer free ebooks.
You're sitting in the subway, you can log into the public library and read a book, the ebook, is that what you mean?
Exactly.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't realize there were 93 locations of the New York Public Library. Do you mean at the 5 boroughs?
No, it's just in Manhattan, Staten Island, and the Bronx.
Oh, not Queens?
They have a different public system.
Interesting. All right. But at some point, since you all run with the Queens Distance Runners, I had Kevin Montalvo here, and he credits you as a co-founder. So how did you intersect with Kevin at some point?
We reunited when we were in college because we've actually been friends since middle school. And it's been maybe 16 years now since we've been friends. But we didn't go to the same high school. And in high school, since if you're not together with somebody, it's kind of hard to like really keep in touch.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we got into college, because we both went to City College, that's when we started seeing each other more often. We joined similar clubs. And when I was at the gym, he was at the gym as well. And that's when we started talking. And it wasn't until a little bit later when he came up with the idea to start a running club. And then I decided that I just wanted to start running and start like getting a handle on my athletic life. And that's when I decided to back him up.
Or you intersected with Kevin at that point, you were not a runner?
Wouldn't say that necessarily. I was more like a soccer player because I did play soccer in high school and a little bit in college, but I just did it recreationally.
Certainly a lot of running around soccer, and soccer is considered great training for running because you're always leading with your chest.
That's right.
Which is it's good to have that chest open. So I learned a few things. Right. So how long ago did you guys start Queens Distance Runners?
Since 2013.
Okay. And it's growing rapidly. Now you're in your 4th year.
That's right.
Okay. So after you joined, it sounds like you were an influence on your brother and perhaps on your dad. Mm-hmm. Did they follow suit, or did you bragging about how wonderful it was? How did you get them involved?
I'm not really sure exactly when it happened, but it's been like an ongoing process where I started running races, and for my brother, I just got him exposed to different things like karate, rock climbing, biking, and running, and I just let him choose whatever he wanted, but I sort of encouraged him to join us at races just for fun.
Yeah.
That was like in the beginning when he was much younger.
Okay.
But my dad, he's an avid basketball player, and then I just told him, hey, just come out, it'll be fun, and he did, and then eventually he just started like training more because he was really interested in it.
Oh, I know. I think Boston qualified.
He Boston qualified running the Queens Marathon.
The inaugural Queens, right?
The inaugural
Queens
Marathon.
But you guys weren't the first. I think your sister was the first one to follow you in the Queens Distance?
I think she was back then in college because we were both in college at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And then during that point when I was running, she was joining with me in the gym and everything else as well.
All right. Well, let's turn our attention to Brian here. We heard a little bit about you. You're Karate Kid and basketball. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So tell us where you were born and some of your favorite activities nowadays.
I was born in Corona. I've been doing karate, I was biking, and recently I've been running, and like I love running because it motivates me to go faster, and like I like how it makes me a different person, makes me think of different ways to like achieve my goal in the future.
Which high school do you go to now?
Flushing High School.
Okay. What kind of high school is that? Is that a technical? Is that a...
It's an average school. Like, it's not one of the best, but I'm trying to like make an effort to like go to a good college.
Since you're a sophomore, do you know which college you're thinking about?
When I was in middle school, my advisors used to tell me like, which colleges I should go to. And one of them actually inspired me to like wanting to go to Columbia University.
Right here in New York City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about City College, like your brother?
I mean, I don't know that much about City College, so if I were able to invest my time to it, like I could find out if there's like track and like other stuff that I would like to do there.
Oh, I see. Well, City College in the old days had a great track team. I don't know nowadays. Maybe Columbia probably does that, but Columbia is a great school. Mm-hmm. So are you hoping like your brother to get a full, I don't know, about 5 years? That's very generous to get some kind of scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you said you like running. You're a young person. I would imagine your 14, 15?
14.
Oh my gosh, really young. So you're still growing, you know, you're still learning about your body. Do you have, besides your big brother, and to some extent to your dad, do you have a coach that can guide you?
I actually do. Coach Luciano Medina.
Oh, one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
The beast.
He was coaching me for 5 months, starting from January to about now. And like I improved so much and I learned so much with him, and like my whole family, everybody encouraged me like to improve, and like I actually did, and then I was able to qualify for the region junior Olympics, and so I went to Boston to run in the track.
Okay, so you went to Boston. Is that, you said that was part of the regional Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. How did you qualify for that?
It was a 3K, and it was the top 6 get to go to the Junior Olympics.
Top 6 Queens, top 6 in the county, top 6 where?
The New York region.
Top 6 in the New York region. All right, so you know that's pretty good. So how did you feel?
I was number 4 out of everybody, and I felt good about myself. Like I felt that I was really powerful in a way. So, and then I was able to think to myself that I could be a good like runner.
Okay, so you said you had goals for yourself. You're only 14. It sounds like you're taking this running very seriously. That you want to, you know, improve. So if one of your goals is to continue to get better and better at running, what is the next level in your mind?
I want to be an Olympian, and like I want to be able to like run faster and be like one of the top people in like Queens or like the world, just to like run fast.
Well, if you're the top in Queens, you're already top of the world, right? Okay. Well, you have a favorite distance at this point?
I like the 400 meters, the 200 meters, the 1 mile, and the 5K.
What's one of your best times in any of those races?
The 1 mile, which was 5:12, but it wasn't official because it was raining outside, so they made it a fun race. And I didn't really like that because it was like I was training so hard for that race, and then they just decided to make it a fun race. Like,
right.
That kind of like disappointed me.
Oh well, I think it's coming up again. The Fifth Avenue Mile. Are you booked for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a goal time for that?
Try to break under 5, so I'm trying to do like 4 something.
Under 5. Well, that's very ambitious. Okay, who's the fastest in the shortest distance? Is that?
I would say Brian.
You're the fastest. So
Yes, definitely.
so you were to race him at 400 meters. You would smoke him.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
You
in
would.
terms of the marathon, well, you guys are both Boston qualified. So who's the faster under the two in the marathon?
I would say my dad, if we do the age grade, yeah.
Oh, 8th grader. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. My first marathon, I ran a 3:16, and his first marathon, he ran a 3:15. So, and that was his first Boston qualifier as well.
Oh, cool. All right.
Pero en Queens, porque es diferente.
Rafael, let's turn to you. So tell us where you were born and something about your childhood. I'm sure it's very different from these guys because every parent wants things better for their kids, right?
Yo nací en México y mi vida fue vivir con mis papás, ayudarles y estudiar. Y dentro de eso me gustaba hacer deporte, jugar básquetbol, ir a torneos, ganar primeros lugares o segundo y juntar trofeos de eso. Después me fui a la universidad y conocí a mi esposa, a Lupita. Nos conocimos y nos hicimos novios y siguió la relación hasta casarnos. Ella se recibió como maestra y yo como maestro.
Oh, you're both teachers.
Ajá. Y tuvimos nuestro primer hijo que es
Edwin.
Ajá.
All right.
Después venimos para acá y acá tuvimos a Karen y a Brian.
Okay. So is the factory closed? You going to have any more kids?
No. I don't think so.
2 boys and 1 girl. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
all right. All right. Well, that sounds beautiful. How did you learn about the Queen's Distance? You follow him?
Yes. Yo jugaba básquetbol, él jugaba con él, o jugaba fútbol, soccer, y un poco él también más pequeño. Él empezó a correr y nos empezó a gustar y él me dijo, vamos, acompáñame y yo corrí medio bloque y no aguantaba, era demasiado para mí medio bloque, un bloque. Y empezamos poco a poco y me gustó. Y no sé cómo hice mi primera carrera que fue en Manhattan, el medio maratón, fue impresionante porque fue mi primera carrera oficial y mi primera medalla que tenía.
The bling.
Sí.
Like it.
Y sí, me sentí muy bien y me gustó. Y así seguí.
Okay. So you did the half marathon, and then you did the inaugural Queens. How long ago was that? 2 years ago?
That was last year.
Oh my goodness! How time flies. So you did the inaugural Queens. Did you have an idea that was going to be a good race for you? That you're going to be a Boston qualifier? Did you have Boston in your?
No. Yo corrí el maratón de Queens. Nunca había corrido 18 millas, sí. Entonces, todos me dijeron, córrelo, ve despacio. Ok, yo fui, corrí. Cuando vi el tiempo que fue de 3:15, Kevin dijo, el señor Rafael ganó su ¿cómo se dice? Pase o su pase calificó para Boston. Yo no tenía idea, no sabía, y todos me aplaudieron, todos estaban contentos, menos yo. Y ahí empezó esa emoción, empecé a sentir esa emoción para ir allá.
Ajá.
Y me sentí bien, es diferente el maratón de Boston al de Queens o al de Nueva York.
Oh, big.
Es muy diferente, sí.
You went to Boston. You ran it together to Boston?
We ran it together.
Did you start together?
We started with the whole way.
The whole way?
To end.
You didn't want to lose your dad.
Sí, me ayudó, su plan de él fue ayudarme e ir conmigo todo el tiempo porque él podía irse, pero no, él se quedó conmigo y empezamos juntos, terminamos juntos. Era algo que yo no sabía si iba a aguantar porque es muy difícil, pero lo aguanté con un poquito más de tiempo, pero lo hice.
Excellent. What was your time for Boston?
3:37.
3:37 together. 3:37.
I think he was 1 second faster. Officially.
All right, and then you were home watching on TV or tracking them on the internet?
I was actually in Boston too. And
Cool.
And it was so nice because it was just like a good community, and I really liked. I would go back to Boston just to see it again.
All right, so you were a crew member, or were you at the end? Did you see him at different spots?
I saw him at different spots. I think one in the beginning, in the middle, and then the end.
Oh, right. That must have been exciting to see your big brother and your dad. I mean, not too many kids of any age get to see that, so that's a very special treat. Was your sister there? Anybody else? Your mom?
My mother and my sister was there.
Oh, the family affair, like I said. I assume one day you want to do Boston yourself?
Yeah, in the future. When
You're only 14. I think you got to be at least 18, right? So you got a lot of growing up to do. Oh, right. So you're trained by Coach Luciano. So I guess he's the coach for Queens. So what is I guess it's different coaching kids versus somebody else. What does he bring to you, to your plate, that you really appreciate, or things that really helps you?
He kind of understands me in a way that I basically appreciate, that he kind of shows me how to do, how to work on my body so then I could get ripped. And I wanted that because Edwin been telling me, oh, you should work out. And then I was like, okay. And I always wanted to get ripped. So.
Ripped? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger ripped? I mean, you want muscle.
Yeah.
Well, you get good muscles running. You want to work on your core. All right. You're only 14, so your body is still growing. So it's a lot of responsibility on Coach Medina to make sure you don't go into injury mode. Do you realize that a lot of runners are injured, to get injured? Yeah. So you keep cognizant of that. What do you need to learn to avoid those pitfalls?
Luciano tells me to foam roll, and then he tells me other things to ice, and then like to ice your legs after like if he sees that if I tell him, oh, my legs are hurting or like this certain part is hurting, he tells me what to do with it, and then it kind of helps me better.
Okay, so what you're saying is you need good communications between yourself and your coach. You got to tell them stuff. So you agreed to be coached. You know, some people aren't coachable. No matter what you tell them, they're doing something else. You know, so but you're respecting the process. And it is a process, and you got to get in the game. So it's good that your coach, you know, you got a good one, and you can talk to him and tell him stuff like, you know, something hurts, and you know the old mantra, your body will never lie to you. You know, or actually they'll say the mantra is listen to your body because your body will never lie to you. And if you don't understand what it's telling you, you go to your older brother or you go to Coach Medina and say, hey, something's bothering me, you know, physically, and there's always a solution. Sometimes you may not like the solution. No running this weekend. You know, gotta take it easy. All right, cool. So did you guys do the recent, on Saturday, I guess it was the championship runs? Did you guys, all three of you were in it?
That's right.
How did that go?
It went great. I PR'd, my brother PR'd.
And in the 5 miles?
The 5 miles, yeah.
And what about you?
Yo quería estar ahí y no puse pretextos y yo lo corrí. Solo hice como 20 y tantos segundos más de hace un año. Hice, ¿cuánto fue? ¿Cuánto es el?
34.
Oh, 34 minutos.
Ajá.
Y el otro fue hace un año 33, 20 y tantos.
Oh my gosh, that's
Fue
a
mejor.
big difference. So last year much better.
Fue lo mejor, sí.
Oh, okay. Well, you had fun. Do you start together or is it by age groups? How do they do that?
By speeds, by corrals.
Oh, okay.
So we split up like that.
Oh,
But
okay.
we're all in A now, because Brian is fancy enough to join us now. So we all start in the same corral.
Oh, okay. We take the pictures together, you know. All right. Let's talk about some of your future endeavors. So you ran on Saturday. Do you have another destination run later for this year?
Yeah, I'm going to Chicago in October.
Excellent.
For the Chicago Marathon. And we most likely taking my brother and my sister again, because I took them last year for that.
How did you do last year in Chicago?
I did okay. I'm not what I was hoping for, but I still really enjoyed the experience because one of the things that inspired me for running as well and joining the club was my siblings and my father and my mom, but especially my siblings because I've been working hard almost all my life. I had like a pretty, not a hard childhood, but I just had to work for things.
Yeah.
And so that I just hope that my brother and my sister can just appreciate what they have right now. And so if I didn't really get too much of a chance to travel when I was younger, so now I can take my sister and my brother out, and I just appreciate that more than the actual marathon itself.
Okay. Yeah, seeing another city. Okay, so you have a goal time for Chicago?
Not yet. I want a PR, of course,
Okay.
but I don't have a specific time.
All right.
But most likely under 2 hours and 50 minutes.
Oh, okay. Want to do sub 3 again? Well, you're gonna do sub 3 in Chicago, but you did sub 3 in Boston. Where did you do sub 3? No, in New York, right?
I did it in Chicago last year and in New York.
Oh gosh, that is tremendous. Congratulations on that. And so you also train with Coach Medina?
I am training with Coach Medina.
With all three of
recently.
you?
No.
You just follow
Yes.
them, you know. So you're self-coached then, you know? How do you? I mean, that's fantastic because Boston qualified on your first marathon, the Queen's inaugural. You just went there, you know. They just said, you know, just take it easy, have fun.
Yo pregunto a él me guía, le pregunto a Luciano,
Okay.
le pregunto a Kevin, o también le he preguntado a José Donado.
Uh-huh.
Ellos corren más rápido y todo, y yo siempre les pregunto qué hago, y ellos me dicen, y yo
Okay.
voy viendo eso, y ahí voy corriendo.
Okay. Well, you're very talented.
He asks a lot of runners for advice, but you should know that he does ask my mom, and my mom is one of the biggest helpers and fans.
So your mom, she runs too, but she also knows what good advice to give. Like, don't start out too fast, and nutrition, get a good night's sleep. You know, all these things are important. Now, it's very unusual to have a whole family that's into fitness. What do you think that makes you not typical as in terms of a family, in terms of fitness? Because as you know, especially in the Latino community, it's a big effort to get to get, the Latino community to realize that nutrition is important and moving is important. So what is it that helped you and your family stay active and stay fit?
I agree. I mean, growing up in Corona, and I see everybody in the neighborhood, it's not exactly a fit neighborhood. It's not a bad neighborhood. I had great years growing up there, but yes, there are some cultural boundaries that separate us from like being fit, and a lot of that is just like working long hours and having a hard life. And that's one of the reasons like why my dad doesn't have a specific training schedule, because he's working, and if he can train, he can train. If he can't, he has to skip a day. But for us, like my father, he was growing up playing basketball, and maybe before I started running, we would all play basketball together.
And soccer too, you said.
And soccer. And at that point I realized my dad, he's getting old, but he's still really fit.
Where are you go? It's only 53.
Only
Yeah,
53.
But you get these young kids.
So he's only like, at that point he was like 48, but he was still beating me easily in basketball. And I'm like, wow, like I want to grow up, be that age, and be just as fit or fitter.
Yeah.
Because when I have kids, I want to be able to play with them. And that just helped me really excel and think about what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And then when I started doing that, that's when I tried to bring my whole family in, especially my mom and my sister, because I'm like, I want you to be healthy. I want you to see more of you in later years. So I want you to be healthy.
Okay, so you played the guilt game there a little bit. I want to see you healthy in later years. I guess you were inspired seeing your older brother and your dad and your sister. So you don't want to be, left out, right? I'm sure you still played all the video games too, right?
Sometimes, like, I kind of don't like to play video games. Like, I like to, like, I just like to be active, like, just to play basketball. Like, I'd rather be outside than play video games. Like,
Well, you're very unusual because most kids, you probably go to the public library too, right?
Sometimes.
All right. Is there last thing you want to say?
Yeah, I'm going to say thanks for having me here. I really appreciate having all of us here. And I just want to thank all my family and my friends who have been supporting me, and especially to Kevin.
To Kevin? Kevin Montalvo.
Yeah.
Okay. Kevin, this will be you. Okay.
75.
Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe.